Welcome back to the Good Talk, where we discuss what's hot, what's grot, both Warhammer and otherwise. I love that new intro. I actually haven't seen that intro before.
A little surprise intro for you.
It looks
You didn't know when to talk. Like, when is it? What is it at?
It looks like we're a real YouTube channel. Like, it's too good for what follows the intro.
That's accurate. Hurts, but it's accurate.
So we just finished the game, John.
Yes, it was super fun. Very close. It did not go the way I thought it was.
No.
I saw all the margin for error, and I feel like we just broke all the odds, both of us. And then we had like a crazy back and forth. No one was taken out of the game too early. No. And man, yeah, it was crazy.
The numbers dwindled. It was, of course, Thousand Suns against Custodes.
Yep.
If you haven't watched the game, what are you doing? Go back, watch the game.
That's true.
What a crazy game! Going into it, we both were kind of convinced that it was gonna be a stomp.
Yeah, I think Custodes have a lot of tools. I have a lot of things against a lot of great armies, but Custodes, with their great stats, just have they have a great invul, which I hate because I take away armor saves. You're quite durable. You have -1 damage. I love to shoot out of line of sight with damage 2 and 3. So I'm never really killing right away. But there's everything I was concerned about. I could die by your blaze cannons, immediately if you get a beat on me.
You could have just.
Magnus would have
Dude,
perished.
that thing's a typo for sure.
But none of those things happened. Literally none of those things happened. And you had a bunch of things against me, and.
It was a lot of tools on both sides. It's one of those matchups where you kind of just have to see it, and every game's probably going to be different. Yes. Custodes fear anything that takes them to their invul. They fear indirect, particularly at long range.
Yeah.
And they do have a 4-up field of pain against mortals, but it's still not something you want to be tested.
Because there's a reason why you have a 4-up field of pain, because if you didn't, then you would just lose wounds on these expensive models so quickly. And boy, you're expensive on the base infantry.
And another aspect to this weird matchup is that Thousand Suns have one guy in every squad that is a threat in combat.
Yes.
And everybody else is a chump. So you don't want to spend your buffs as a Custodes player protecting against the one random guy in every squad.
Yes, and he's the most valuable guy, right? He does more damage in every aspect. Yeah. He's always the last one to die.
Yeah.
Man, they're complicated because it's you get an ability rule for the data sheet, and then you get the sorcerer who also has an ability, and then you have a character that you've added on which has an ability and also another sorcerer ability, and then you have all the Cabal rituals, and then you have 2 guns each because they do psychic stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot all my pistols. And they also have regular shooting guns, and then also 2 melee profiles.
It's too much. It's too much.
It's a lot. It's fun. They did a great job of having a chapter that has very limited options in terms of actually Astartes that they bring, and they kind of have a tool for everything. So it's great. You just got to know when to put that tool into play.
Know when to hold them.
Yeah.
And know when to fold them, as they say. I think it's a very cool matchup.
Yes.
Both armies need heavy adjustments.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you have an MVP?
Oh, trade it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and that's how it should be. It should be that when you put those models on the table, they're MVPs. Yeah. But it should be a question of whether you want them in your army, and it's not. They're both the army doesn't function without them.
Yeah. I mean, Trajan could have not been your MVP if he wasn't utilized. If he just died before he took, he has an expectation that he needs to meet. I think both met their expectations, our expectations, and they both did really good work. They didn't were taken out of the fight.
I can't believe the Trajan and a single Custodian guard are that strong. That
no,
let's get it dumb.
Just Trajan.
No, because one Custodian guard gives him 2 attacks from Revenge of the Fallen. And gives him 4 rerolls.
We're not talking about the melee output. We're talking about just the buffs that he gets.
What? Well, no, the one guy is actually just there to be my friends died. Trajan, be better.
Trajan, do something.
What a crazy pair of armies.
Yes.
There's a lot that could be said, but that's not what today is about. Today's about new Tyranid models. John, have you seen the new Tyranid model?
I glanced through the pictographs, the pictures here. They are Very cool.
How old is the Genestealers cult that we have today? It's from like
Older than jeans should be.
It's like from Space Hulk. It's like a billion years old.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Are they
It's
really
like
that old?
Old. Current Genestealers are monkeys in a barrel. They always like get
They get all tangled up.
turtle monkeys. They like their arms grab each other.
Never. Like, if you want to make a Genestealer player or a Tyranid player angry, just kill one Genestealer and have them pull it. Because it'll come
chain
with all
reaction.
all the rest of the 9.
Their bases are too small.
Yeah.
And they're essentially monopose. That's like a lot. There's a lot of problems with the current Genestealer.
Yeah.
This new Genestealer
Oh, is it a bigger base?
looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it went up to 28.
Nice.
25
That
to
makes
28.
so much more sense.
And there are varied sculpts, John. It's no
Yeah.
longer a monopose.
Ooh.
You have the guy in the back here who's just like tongue out. They're all tongue out.
And he's
Yeah.
like on a pipe.
Yeah.
He's like on something.
Oh yeah, this one's on a pipe.
yeah.
This one's got one arm out. This one's got the other arm out.
Cthulhu head.
We got
the blah,
Cthulhu
blah,
head.
blah,
Blah,
blah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
It looks like a good sculpt.
Yeah.
Is there more on this article?
Oh,
This page.
Whoa, I did not expect that.
Look at how much bigger the base is, John.
Yeah, there you
Whoa.
That might even be a 45
We're
now.
scrolling.
Yeah.
You think it's a 45 now? I'm sure somewhere in this article it'll
If
say.
the thing is, like, if the model got bigger, then the base the base is definitely 32. If it
Oh, 32. Yeah.
32.
Yeah. 45. Too big. 45.
45 is
Too big. But 32
Yeah.
could be a 32.
Yeah, because it was like 25, 28 before.
There might be more to this article.
Whoa.
Yeah, there is. Okay, sorry. There you go. Let's see. Oh, here they are. Here's
Oh,
one.
here's all the
all
poses.
the options.
Oh, there's a guy on this piece of stone.
Guy on a pipe, guy on a stone. All these different arm positionings so that you can fit them together.
Long claws. Closed claws.
Bottom left just wants a hug.
Yeah,
You
he
just-
does. Yeah, they all just want to hug.
Yeah.
Wants a hug.
With their claws. Yeah, they've got so many arms. It's great to see them in different positions.
Yeah.
It's too many arms.
You have so many options.
So many infinite possibilities.
Infinite arm position possibilities.
It was just unfortunately unexplored previously. They really needed to think about all the arm options.
Yeah.
That might be it. There might be. Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Close-ups.
That's cool.
Look at,
Ooh, we can
look
go
at
like
these.
boom,
Whoa,
Yeah,
wait,
close-ups.
If the pewter kits used to have like 3 options, like there would be like 3 poses usually, and then one of them was like a sergeant, you know. So it's cool to have every unique.
that guy's really jumping. He's like, he's going for it.
Yeah.
He is.
He's
he
going
is.
for you.
Yeah.
You can't not APC here. Amazing.
That's a video.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
close-ups.
Cthulhu boy.
This is a different paint scheme. They're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
look, what if we painted them blue? And honestly, I think they look a lot better.
I like that.
That's
That's
cool.
cool.
All right, so that's
Okay. Oh, that's
Genestealers.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Next up on the docket,
Yeah. Whoa.
gaunts. We have new
Hormagaunts?
gaunts and termagants. We both.
That's amazing.
New gaunts. Ooh, look at that.
There's even a neuro. No, that's not a. That's still a gaunt, huh? That's like a special weapon.
They're
Oh, those are the different weapons. Those are like
I thought they got
flesh borers and.
rid of the 2.
No, I think they still have 3.
That's
That's
a
like
third gun, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Why are there so many different guns?
No, there's 3 guns. There's 3 guns.
There's a Ripper Swarm. Wait,
that
wait,
one.
why is there a Ripper Swarm?
It comes with the kit. It comes with the kit.
Why is a Ripper Swarm?
You just get it. It's like
Yeah.
buy one get one.
That
Ripper
doesn't
Swarm.
make any sense, John. What do you
Buy-
do with one Ripper Swarm?
You buy 3 kits and then you have a squad of rippers.
GW, why?
That's always been the Tyranid players. Come on, back me up. That's always been the case. You
Okay, but no other army is
just-
like.
it's like the toy in the bottom of the cereal box. You just get a Ripper Swarm.
That's like I bought a box of intercessors and there was one servitor.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Why?
That would be. You know how hard it is to find servitors these days? They're so good, and no one runs them because they can't find them. That almost looks like a neuro
A neuro
gaunt, yes.
At the bottom?
at the bottom,
Yeah.
but I don't
It looks like the same like gun.
right. But I think it's just a different profile. Yeah. Cool. Very cool.
And that's them.
That's
Just
them.
new gaunt models.
Oh wow,
They
is
look
that a new
great.
page every time?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, look at this. Good.
Who is this large Oh, he's up on his tail?
Whoa.
Oh, cool.
Oh, it doesn't have legs? Nice. That is the Lictor. And then what we
Yeah.
just saw was the
Let's see. Lictors.
Neuro Leaper.
Von Ryan's Leapers.
No.
Von Leaper Lictor. Wait, what's the thing on the right? What are we
That's a Lictor.
looking
That's a
at?
Lictor. That's a
No,
Lictor.
in the bottom right. What is that?
Right?
Oh, that's a it's a
what's that?
Drukhari
Oh,
not
is
a
that a
homunculus.
homunculus?
It's a what is it called? Edward. What is that called? What
is Edward called?
When you make something from
That's a homunculus. Chimera.
Chimera. It's a chimera. That's the word.
Okay, so that's a Drukhari model that actually looks stunning. But on the left is a brand new Tyranid model. And
Don't look at the chimera.
we haven't figured out what the thing on the left is.
Neuro something. We'll probably see it.
It's not a Neuro Tyrant. It's a Neuro...
It's a.
Why are they coming out with those new Neuro stuff?
They don't even say under.
Oh, here you are.
Oh.
This is the new. Oh wait.
The Deathleaper.
Is that Deathleaper?
No, it's not. The Deathleaper's the one with the flesh cape.
If we scroll up, maybe it's above these pictures? Right
Chat,
there?
help us out if you could.
Hive mind.
We also blah 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 lore.
Got to. Yeah, someone's. There's sound issues.
Is it me?
Oh no!
No, it's someone's cracking. Someone's crackling, and I'm not too sure. But no one's rubbing their mic.
Nope.
It's definitely
weird.
like a cord thing then.
It might be.
Okay.
It just stopped, so
Okay.
keep an eye on it. But everyone's paying attention to that instead.
Oh.
Let's see.
But they're not helping us with
Sorry.
what this thing
Sorry. Not moving.
You know,
is.
let's see. Let's see.
I don't know what it is.
Hold on.
We can keep scrolling. It's probably somewhere there.
Is it in this art? Maybe. What is that?
That's still Deathleaper. That's Deathleaper.
That's the Deathleaper.
That's flesh
See the
capes.
flesh cape.
Ah, good looking.
Yeah.
It reminds me of. Did you ever play Gears of War? It reminds me of
I
the
did play Gears of War.
the bad guys, and they had like almost like flesh clothy cape things, dresses.
It's a Neurolictor.
Neurolictor. Wow.
Yeah, so this one is the
So
Neurolictor.
it is a lictor. Wow. So there's Deathleaper, which is a character lictor. There's Lictors,
Yes.
and then there's Neurolictors.
Yes.
They're here to.
There's so many
I
things you
think
gotta
they're
watch
just
out
like
for
a-
these days.
You're so.
And then there's the regular Lictor.
Yeah.
And then on the right is a.
That's a. You've like literally
I think
dug a hole for
it's
yourself.
also a Lictor. Yeah.
It's just a different
Yeah.
kit. Yeah.
Wait, the thing on the right is also a Lictor.
Yeah.
The thing on the left and the thing on the right are the same unit.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. That's incorrect. The one on the right has monstrous scything talons. The one on the left just
No,
has scything talons.
one has like talons up, and the
No.
other one has like.
No, left scything talons. Right, monstrous scything talons. Those are different.
Oh.
Those are
Talons
different.
up, talons down.
Those are different.
Talons up,
Definitely.
talons
Chat, back me up.
down.
Those are different.
Literally the same thing.
Those are different.
Still has arms though. That's the
different.
right decision.
Very different.
If you're gonna have double talons, make sure you
It's
also
all
have fingers.
a Lictor.
But
People are just saying different poses.
is it old left, new right? Because they're not even the same scale, guys. They're totally different.
It's like, okay, it's like if you're like flexing, okay? No, not flexing. If you're taking a picture and you want to show off like muscles and stuff,
Yeah.
if you get a good angle,
Right.
even if you have nothing,
It's all about the angle.
it's all about the angle. It's all about the angle for this guy.
I think the one on the left hasn't eaten in like 20 years.
Yeah.
You gotta keep your lictors hungry.
And the one on the right lives in the gym.
Yes.
That's not the same model,
it's
guys.
all about angles.
It's not the same
Yes.
There's
model.
angles, bro.
Angles. Because then you have this one over. You have yeah. I don't know. I agree with John. It's the same model. It's just different pose.
Okay. All right.
The power of
It's
photo editing.
Yeah. Well, that's Lictors and Neurolictors and Deathleapers
Oh my.
and probably another model, but we're not convinced.
flesh games.
Flush caves. Okay. Oh, the
Whoa.
Biovore.
This is the biggest. This is the what do they call it? Glam up. This is the biggest
Glow up?
glow up right here.
Look at
This thing was like a pewter block before. You could like kill some. It was basically a round marble that you could just kill someone with.
Everything below the weapon, I'm actually in love with.
It's like, tick, 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 tick.
In fact, the picture on the right, they nailed it. The picture on the right is like, just don't get the gun in the shot. Let's just get just the cool part.
Yeah.
Which is this like spider
It's
scorpion.
very cool.
Very cool. Everything above the body, I hate with a passion.
Yeah.
I think taking an exocrine's gun and
It's not.
putting it on something else. It's like an exocrine gun.
It is like. Yeah.
And they have made decisions when painting this model. So the chitin on the top is a different color from the chitin on the bottom.
Kind of is. You don't know what the belly looks like.
And the armor plating, the chitin.
Yeah. Oh,
Different
the top.
different
You're
color
right.
top and bottom.
You're right.
And then the flesh color, also different top and bottom. So it looks like they glued parts of another model onto this model. They didn't.
We're sorry, whoever painted this.
No, I'm sure it wasn't there. Somebody chose to. Probably wasn't the person who painted it who chose. Maybe it was. And if it was, why? Why did you do this?
It's because look at the color of the little doodle the spores.
The
spore mines?
The spore mines. So it's
They're
like
the
it's probably
same color as
it's the
the
same
gun.
color because the gun makes the spore mines. And
But they also chose the
Put
color
it
scheme of the spore mines,
together.
John. That's not. They still chose to have the Pyrovore look like it was two different models. That was a decision somebody made. Also, if we scroll back up to the first picture, why did they paint some of these details that they painted? Why did they do that?
What?
Choices.
It's visibly veiny, John.
Oh.
It looks really gross. Maybe that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
But
Because this thing is actually, it used to be quite fragile. It looks like it has way more wounds than it definitely had before.
Yep.
So maybe that's their way of like, oh, look, there's a soft spot. You know, you shoot him in the gun, you disable him.
So chat is saying that they wanted to make the new Tyranids look like they're different organisms. So they're two different organisms fused together.
so it is
which
supposed to look
why-
like two
yeah.
models.
Yes.
It's like a
Put together.
Yes, so that's
see?
why.
And it's like an exocrine with a
It's
cool spider scorpion.
symbiotic.
See, you see, John, I actually kind of just want the
dudes.
spider scorpion model.
Oh man.
That's
Could
like
you-
it's a combat thing. Like has fly, but like good fly. Like it gets good fly because it skitters on walls and it nibbles at your toes. And it should spin webs and like disable you and just lose the gun on top.
Well, maybe that's like a different path that they like, because obviously you're like a Tyranid and you're in like gestation and you're like, I'm gonna morph into this.
They're on the character creation
Yeah.
screen,
Yeah,
and they clicked randomize all, and we got this.
Yeah. They're adapting, right, as these bugs do. And you're like, I'm choosing. I have to find a gun buddy, and then that's a real decision. You're a gun, like you're growing, and you're like, I'm gonna be a gun. That's gonna find a buddy.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Gonna be a
I
gun.
want to be a gun on the back of a spider.
Hope I find a spider buddy.
The spider models are so cool. I just hate the gun.
Wow.
strong
You think
opinions.
he probably didn't choose that life. No eyes. No, can't talk. I don't think it does.
And then there's one more very cool. Now this one.
Yes.
This one. Oh, it's like Godzilla.
That's cool. Whoa, it has like tentacles in the back?
Oh, it
What are
does.
those for? That's cool.
For
I don't know.
eating.
You could always use more tentacles.
Yeah.
So.
They're for smelling and for eating.
That thing's huge.
So it has like Godzilla claws. And then
Godzilla.
under the Godzilla claws, it has enormous spikes to just like crush things.
Yeah. And it has like 2 brains.
It's got 2 brains, and it's got brain. If you look in here in the dark,
Yeah.
that's also brain.
There's a lot of
brain.
brain back
If you
there.
look like, but yeah, right
That's
under
an
the.
aggressive amount of chitin as well.
They should cover up the brain. These Tyranids aren't very smart.
No,
are they?
you gotta like
Yeah,
sometimes
a lot of
they
brain is exposed.
like warp energy will like flicker out and like hit you.
Sure.
Like, you can't cover that up with.
But like, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks very cool.
Yeah, see, there's more brain off to the
Yeah.
side.
lot of
And then
brains.
like you pop one brain, he has still like a couple more left.
Wait, now the claw, the black. It's at a weird angle, right? The
What? Richard doesn't like these angles. We were talking about cool dynamic
These angles.
poses, but like
it looks like So you got the claws, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Here's a claw.
What is like claw
And then it
feet?
like the big black spike comes out at like this weird.
Oh, I see. It's like a very like how is that practical, right? Like the curve, the angle of the claw is like kind
Right.
of like is
How
it
do you use the
like the
spike?
it's almost like where's the ligament or where's the
Oh, you think that's
Where
like
do
you can
you-
like turn the spike thing? Do you think it can?
I don't
And
know. I don't know. Is it
and
like
there's
a
like
wrist?
a thumb on the end of the spike.
It's for
Why
the-
does the spike have a thumb?
It's like a barb. It's like a barb.
The
It's
spike does not need a thumb, John.
like a barb.
The barb's going the wrong way. That's not how barbs work. Why do we have a thumb?
It's like a whole. It jabs you with the thing, and if you're not dead, it's like.
Is this like an opposable thumb?
Yeah,
Can it like grab
yeah,
things?
yeah, I can for sure grab things.
So it has like 4 fingers
How
on
do you think it presses buttons?
the hand, and then it uses its giant
Weapons?
claw thumb. What? It was
Oh.
Sound
something-
is going crazy again.
Oh, I'm not. We're not doing
happened?
anything.
I know,
Is it the
Is it
right?
us?
motion?
I
Is
have
it
no
you?
idea.
Is it
Oh,
me?
goodbye, chat. Man, all of our funny jokes about
Yeah.
this weird Tyranid.
And it has like hooves or something, right?
Yes, it does have the Demacaron hooves, the
Oh,
like
gotcha.
high heel hooves.
Gotcha.
What is it standing on?
It's probably standing on like just Tyranid bio
Biomass? Yeah.
yeah, mass. Yeah. Cool.
Doesn't
That's
need
awesome.
thumbs.
Whoa, that's a lot of brains.
So the you know in the Leviathan box you get the blue monster, the blue. That's like its back tentacles are like the blue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you
And-
think it's like actually a fusion? Do they like? You think they did a fusion dance?
Like fusion.
This actually no.
Ha.
This literally is like a Super Saiyan, or like this is totally out of DBZ.
It's like a
for
Neuro
sure.
Tyrant plus a blue.
Yeah.
Whoa, what is that new perspective? Bottom right picture.
What?
New perspective on
Confirmed? Is this?
what is that? What am I looking at?
I don't know. Is that an arm?
What part of the monster?
Is
That's
that
that's
like
the front
an
piece, I think.
injecting spike?
Yeah, yeah. Look,
okay.
if you don't like having hands, you can have more.
Are there arm
Claws.
options? Is that what we're seeing?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Norn, Emissary, and Assimilator. The box builds 2 things.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a Norn
Okay.
Emissary, which was the first thing we saw,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
and the Norn. There's a Norn Queen.
Whoa.
It's not a model. It's like the giant spaceship thing.
That's cool.
And the Norn Emissary. Whoa. What?
Assimilator. Ooh.
Whoa. Oh, that's the thing. Look, it's like
That's
an
the
injector
emissary.
claw.
Okay.
It like
yeah.
hits you with it and then injects you with something. Wow, that Wraith Lord is dead.
Well, they haven't touched yet, but
Well,
wow, those are like giant punchy fists. What are those? Like the Indian punching blades?
oh, punch daggers? Like
Yeah,
little,
these look like punch daggers, but like bone punch daggers with, again, veins that didn't need to be there. Wow,
Whoa. Bleh.
what a cool!
Oh, that reminds
whoa,
me
that's a creepy smile.
of
The Joker.
Ooh, it's 2 things. It's either Spawn, the main bad guy in Spawn,
Okay.
or it could also be Men in Black, the cockroaches.
Oh, the cockroach. Yeah, because the mandibles. Like
the mandibles. The mandibles.
Mandibles. You know, not enough Tyranids have mandibles.
That's true.
I need more.
Yeah.
I like this trend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the thumb spikes. This one has thumb spikes
Look,
too.
it even has like dew claws on the hooves. Wait,
John,
it might be
Is
me.
it you?
be you. Why don't
Is
we
it like-
trade real quick?
Yeah, sure. You mute me?
Yeah.
Are we? Okay, you
twisting
guys.
it.
You know what? You guys will. I'm staying out of it. Look, I'm the only person not muted right now, which means I'm the only person who has opinions. I gotta get it out quick. Whoa! If you scroll down a little bit, oh, there's a different perspective. It looks like with the antenna, it looks kind of like a mantis. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, sick. This is a cool model. If they just took the thumb hooks off of the horns, this is a perfect bug model. That's my opinion. And that's the only opinion because you guys are muted.
Okay, you can unmute me.
Okay.
Boom. Hello. Hopefully it's better.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. What do you think about Mantis?
Oh, that's so cool.
has,
what
like,
are those what are
arrows
those
that
little,
come out of
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say, what are those arrows?
Yeah, they're like little arrow shafts that come out of its chest.
It's like if I don't get you with my like
1,000 claws.
I can hug you and then just jab you with a
It's like an Iron Maiden. Like it wraps around you and then just arrows pop out of its chest. What is this?
What a unique strategy.
They just threw everything at the wall with these, and they were like, I don't know, we'll just see what people like. They have like 20 weapons each. Curious to see the data sheets on these guys.
Yeah, right?
They're just...
They might just be like trying to make a thing where they could actually make FAQs to just switch the data sheet. Like, oh, it never had arrows coming out of its chest as a ranged weapon. It was actually a melee weapon all along. It hugs you. Like it's just they just can just make up weapons down the line and just have the same model.
It's a very cool. Yeah, it's cool. They did a great job painting these.
Yeah.
It looks like there were
base is
probably
cool.
200 hours put into painting this model.
Yes. Jeez.
But
yeah, it's an amazing looking model.
cool sculpt. Very intricate, very complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Sure it'll be challenging to build.
Yes.
That is all of the new NID models. I'm curious to see what general public feels.
I hope this is what Tyranids need right now, because they are kind of middling or bottom tier right now. So hopefully these data sheets are pretty good, and hopefully it brings them back up
Yeah.
competitively.
They seem cool.
Yeah, they seem cool.
I'm sure new Lictors will be good.
Yeah, oh, Lictors are good
Lictors
already.
are a powerful archetype.
Yeah. Lone operative.
Yeah. Although, I don't know, maybe they'll all be lone operative. The new, like the Neuro Lictor and the deathleaper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the deathleaper will be.
Awesome. Yeah, tell us what you think in the comments and also in chat. Let us know. But for now, we have some super chats that we got to get to. Keep in mind, you can still super chat. $10 helps out the channel greatly. We appreciate it.
And if you are a member and don't know, or if you're not a member and don't know, if you don't know, on member nights, on Tuesdays, this restriction, because this is just a time thing, this restriction's not in place.
Boom.
On Tuesday nights. So come in on Tuesdays, ask your questions if you want a discount, I guess.
A dash rat.
Yeah. Join today.
Yeah, and we did have 70-something new members.
Wow,
It's getting it from all the gifted memberships.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Big
Come on
thanks
down.
to
All those new
the gifters.
members.
Hang out Tuesday.
Well, yeah, let's dive into the super chats. And speaking of Tyranids, this is from Neil Adams. Thank you, Neil. And Neil says, I was going to sell the Nids half of Leviathan, but those Lictors and Norn Emissary might have convinced me to build a Nid army. What do you all think of the new models? Which, thank you both.
We just gave a...
I think
You
they're,
just answered that question.
I mean, to reiterate, they're pretty dope. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think they're all big winners. I think they're all going to be strong, and they all look like they are shoo-in to be staples, especially Lictors and the troops. We'll have to see the Emissary, the Norn stuff, to see what the data sheet looks like.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate how cool of a name Norn Emissary is?
Yeah.
Norn is a cool, like, fantasy, kind of creepy name. Magic also used Norn. Actually, Magic used Norn first, so you're still...
Ooh.
Hey, you're still...
I'm surprised they didn't use like a different like Norn with an accent or something.
Mirn.
Norn.
Mirn. Welcome to Mirn. I am the Mirn Emissary.
But I think that's a great decision. I think keeping the Leviathan half the box, amazing, and you're like halfway there. It's gonna be good. Excited for you.
Thanks, Neil.
Yeah, thank you.
Very
thank
cool.
you. This next, we had a $5 super chat from Chris Sayer. So thank you so much, Chris, for the support.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It helps greatly, and we appreciate the support.
This next one is from Nerd for Life. Thank you, Nerd. Hey, Titans. Hey, John. It's Nerd. I have a question. What was the most broken army you've seen? Is it Eldari beginning 10th? 7th when Tau/Eldar could join up, or Iron Hands end of 8th.
Oh.
Missing any? Go, John. Go, T-Sons.
You are missing
Thank you. Wow. If we're going across editions, they have been some broken things. I think if you are new to 40k, of course, welcome. But boy, balance has come a long way.
Yeah.
We think things are broken now, but they have been broken even more for much, much longer in the past. Was Taudar was absolutely busted. All of the troop choices with amazing rifles from Tau was amazing, and Eldar troops weren't that great yet. And then just having like a bunch of warp spiders shooting and firing, fading every turn, absolutely unstoppable.
Invisible Wraith Knights.
Invisible Wraith Knights.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yep. Riptide Wing. Look, there was a lot going on.
Yeah, Iron Hands. I played against Iron Hands. LVO was that 2019, something like that. Where you just couldn't interact with. I actually played John Lennon. His Iron Hands list with those dreads, and it was like absolutely impossible.
And not only were the dreads invincible, the infantry was also invincible.
Yeah.
The infantry had a 5-up Film of Pain and a bunch of other stacking defensive buffs. It was rough. And they all came back.
It was rough.
The Apothecary brought them all back.
Yeah. So it's good.
But they're definitely missing some periods of dominance.
Oh, don't even mention Ynnari on release.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Actually, talk about impossible.
8th Ynnari.
8th Ynnari, when it was released, they had like a 6-month, maybe less time span before the new edition, where they literally just dominated. Impossible to lose because you literally shot every time something died.
Yeah.
And you would just take little MSU units.
What a stupid oversight.
Like you'd bring a squad of Dark Reapers and a bunch of like 3 bike squads, and you just zip around trying to die. And if you didn't die, then you held every objective, and if you died, you shot 10 Dark Reapers.
So the Dark Reapers would shoot on your turn, kill something, shoot again.
Yeah, full rerolls.
And then it's the opponent's turn. They have to take you off objectives. So they shoot something. Oh, Dark Reapers shoot.
And terrain wasn't the same back then. No. Terrain was not as forgiving.
Yeah.
Because it was like true line of sight.
And it wasn't just shooting. Like, you could do any of the phases. You could do each phase once every turn.
Yeah.
So you got 2 move phases, 2 shoot phases, 2 fight phases for yourself. And then you also got extras in the opponent's turns. It was...
Yeah, the most broken that I've played firsthand, that was probably that Ynnari.
Yeah.
But there's also like Terminator Deathwing back in the day. There was Kroot spam where you would literally infiltrate the whole board with Kroot. And if you played against the meta at the time, which was like drop pod Blood Angels, where you deep strike everything turn 1, you would just like immediately
Fill
win.
the whole board.
Yeah.
Castellan meta, 8th, can't forget. There was a time period, an LVO even, where everybody on top tables had Castellans.
Yeah.
Brian top 8'd that LVO with Tau and used his own jank nonsense to
Unchargeable Tau Fortress.
He put commanders, because it was GW terrain, and they had, you know the Brian City, the like...
So dumb.
With the tiles?
Yeah.
There's like a 5-story building in that terrain set.
Yeah. Doesn't he put like a drone in a doorway or something?
Yeah, he like made things unchargeable in dumb ways, but he also put Tau commanders so far away that because they were like vertically 25 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
So they were unchargeable. And there were 4-inch vertical sections, and vertical engagement was only 3 inches at the time. So even if you got there, you couldn't charge them. It was
and then he just shot you the whole time.
a lot of abuse. And then you lost the game, so, you know. That's how crazy Castellans were.
Yeah,
they were pretty broken.
Yeah.
Not Ynnari broken, but they were good.
Yeah. Yeah, good question. Looking back, we're in a good place.
I would go Ynnari. I would say Ynnari most.
Yeah.
Broken.
Thank you. And someone in chat, Magnus, did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Saying that the arrows, the chest arrows,
are
flesh hooks.
Is that what a flesh hook is,
that
John?
is the model for
That's
flesh
gross.
hooks. Yeah, right?
Oh.
That's
and then
gross.
flesh hooks.
With Tyranids, it's wonderful.
What do flesh hooks help you do now? They used to help you ignore vertical distance, but I don't.
They like let you climb stuff?
Or do they?
Ew, you're not climbing with chest arrows. That's gross.
Maybe they are.
Or do
No.
they don't stop fallback, do they?
That's what the spike thumbs are for. The spike thumbs help you climb.
Along with flesh hooks.
Ugh.
It's a team. Yeah, it's a whole organism
Yeah, it's
thing.
a whole
Yeah.
fleshy thing. That
What do you think? There's tentacles
him
in the
up.
back there. You know, everything is helping climb.
Name a unit that has flesh hooks.
Um,
Warriors.
Warriors.
Warriors. You guys keep going. I'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Thank you, Magnus and Nerd.
Yeah. Okay, so while we're looking that up, this next one is from Arkham724. Thank you so much, Arkham. And Arkham says, this outfit is peak Bridger.
Yeah.
Purge those heretics.
Yeah, he actually wears this on his free time.
I do.
He slept with this, and he actually came in with this. Yeah. I'm not sure when he doesn't have it on.
Dude, the magic, I'll tell you what, the magic jacket, I don't know if you know, we're hashtag MTG ambassadors.
Yeah.
This video is not sponsored by them, but they sent us a jacket, and I will just wear it around. It's like 90 degrees these days,
Yeah,
so I don't.
of course.
But I wore it to a Friday Night Magic.
Yeah.
Nobody noticed except the person I was with, who was like, "You look like a dork. Please take it off."
No way! And he was like 6 years old, right?
But I was proud, okay? I was like,
amazing.
"This jacket's great. I love it. It's so comfortable. Oh, it's awesome. It is summer in California. Don't really need to be wearing it, but I will, because it looks great." Are you sure this thing has flesh hooks?
I used to. It should be a war gear option.
No, they don't have
Is that an
warrior
ability?
options. This, I mean, maybe the ranged one?
Probably not.
No.
If anybody.
They don't have flesh hooks, bro.
Not anymore? What?
No.
Maybe a tyrant?
Ugh.
I don't know.
Units.
It usually used to be a 5-point upgrade on like everything.
Yeah, well, gone are those days.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Arkham. This next one is from Ymir Hades. Thank you, Ymir. Hey, Titans. Love to see that Magnus is a competitively viable option for T-Suns.
Yeah.
How would you rank the competitive playability of Primarchs in 10th?
Ooh, good question. Yes, Ymir. I think Magnus is the only competitive option for. No, I mean, talking about like you
Gilliman,
need.
bro?
Oh, sorry. For T-Suns. For T-Suns.
Oh,
So option,
okay.
viable
Okay.
options for T-Suns. You need him. It's an auto take. He is a damage multiplier for your whole army.
Yeah.
In an aura, literally.
He's ridiculous.
So good. And he, in his own right, is just the key unit for a bunch of strats.
He's the king.
He's the king.
But in general, all the Primarchs are at least good.
Yeah. I think they're all viable options for their faction.
Yeah.
Some much more than others. Magnus being number one. Like, you need
He's
to bring
an auto
him.
take.
I think he's actually the top, to be honest. In all of playability for the Primarchs right now.
Yeah, it's so Gilliman. The only reason Gilliman's not competing with Magnus is that there are alternatives. Like you
Yes.
could play Calgar, and it's not bad. It's not as good as Gilliman, I think. I think Gilliman's still the #1 choice for Ultramarines. Are Death Guard playable without Morty though?
They're not playable, but Morty is not better than Magnus.
No,
on
yeah,
the table.
Morty's not better than Magnus.
So
but
there's two things that we're comparing here, right? Like, what are your
Yeah.
other options, and are they better on the table?
yeah, I don't. I
Both
haven't
is-
list built enough with Death Guard to know if he's an auto take. It's all just sad. That's the Death Guard are kind of
Come back to it.
We'll circle back.
Yeah. And then the Lion is actually the most.
Oh yeah.
He's good. He's very good, but I don't think he's absolutely necessary. He's the least necessary Primarch, I think, in a given faction.
Oh, and
Talking about
yeah.
Angron.
Angron.
Yeah. Angron, very good. Very good, but definitely not
So
necessary.
Expensive.
Yeah. And he most likely has one life in him, and he's gone. Not like what he used to be.
Yeah, he.
Still hits like a truck.
It's like a Death Guard situation, but it's not so hopeless that you just give up on it. So you're actually paralyzed between like, in certain matchups I need Angron, but in other matchups he just dies. What do I do? It's tough.
And he doesn't have the Magnus problem, or he has a problem that Magnus doesn't, where he can't just sit back and shoot out of line of sight. He has to go up and distract or kill something.
Yeah, it's almost like the only weakness of Primarchs is that they can die, and Magnus ignores that. He just stands behind the building.
and then also like Gilliman can also avoid death in a lot of times.
He gets lone operative, and
Yeah.
he gets back up.
He damage multiplies at a distance. He doesn't have to be up, but he does slap when he
You
gets
do
up there.
want him to be up,
Yeah.
which is how he ends up dying, but I think it's worth it. Whereas
Yeah.
Magnus, you don't bring him out until you know you've
He
won.
gets back up.
Yeah.
For some people.
For some people. Not Adrian.
But yeah, amazing. Hopefully that is clear for you.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you, thank you. This next one is from Maddie Moons. Thank you, Maddie. Maddie asks, how many Cabal points should I shoot with for TK
Yeah.
Suns? For
That's
1,000
you.
Suns, yeah.
This is, yeah, the 1,000 Suns. This is a very good question and something that I've been tossing and turning with a lot. You want at least 14. 14 is like, you need 14.
Bare minimum.
That's double Doombolt.
Yeah.
That is take away an Inform save and double move. Take away an armor save and double move. Yeah. That isn't take away an armor save and have a free strat, which is what I try to aim for. I want both of those. I want to shoot indirect and take away armor save, preferably. So I usually aim for 15. I've heard
Pretty good.
maybe 13 is good, but I think 14 is the minimum. I had
13.
18 today, and I loved it. When you soup in like Kairos, when you soup in a lot of things, you could easily drop below 14. So be very, very careful. Hopefully you're taking a lot of rubrics. Hopefully you have characters in all those rubric squads. Magnus and Ahriman helps a ton. That's 7 right there.
Do you think Kairos is worth it for Vect?
No. But he shoots indirect as well. He has almost the same gun as Magnus, but the first gun, the good gun. He's 200 and almost 300 points, 280.
I just wish GW would learn their lesson with indirect. I just wish they would figure it out that it's wholly unhealthy. There's no way to make it fair.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe 11th. Because they're kind of sold. They're kind of
They're stuck with it.
they're
now.
stuck with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you definitely want 14. I say try 16.
20.
Yeah.
25.
Yeah, probably impossible.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Maddie Moons. This next one is from Hamsterdam. Hey, Hamsterdam. Hey, and Hamsterdam asks, hey, Titans. Got a question. Building a thematic White Scars list, can I take 3 units of Outriders with an ATV attached to each and then 3x1 ATV units? Do the attached ATVs count towards the rule of 3?
I think you're good. I think
I think you're totally good because it's a data sheet option to take that ATV. You're not like take an ATV, you can attach it to like you would a character into an Outrider squad, so you're good. You can very much do this, and I actually like this tech because you're now adding shooting to a White Scars list, something that some chapters can't really do. Where if they're Doctrine, like vanilla Space Marines. If you're usually like a melee kind of Marine faction, you want to go all melee. But this, like White Scars can do everything. They actually can just shoot and also melee with their units. I don't know.
Yeah, I like him.
It's cool. I think it's good tech.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. This next one is from Magnus Did Nothing Wrong. And
Great name.
Magnus says,
Amazing.
John, I know it is controversial, but you don't normally do it. But with how the game went, do you think a Gambit would have helped? Considering how behind you were on primary, but you had plenty of assets.
Well, you ended the game with
40? No.
3 units. You
Yes.
had Magnus, Ahriman, and Zangors.
Yeah.
And
The thing is, I had 2 turns of 5 points, but I actually had an amazing
back half.
back half where I scored. Turn 4, I had 5. Turn 5, I had 10. Do I score my 3rd turn?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have had for sure 15 rather than what's the
Maybe
remainder?
30?
Maybe 30?
Because 30 is what you get for a Gambit.
I had 10, 15. I had 50. So I ended the game with 30 points. It would have got me 10 more points if I successfully did the full Gambit.
Wasn't it 15 more points?
I held 10 on turn 2. I held 1 for turn 3, and then I held 4 for 5 points, and last turn for 10 more points. So 15, 15.
So instead of 15, you'd had 30. So you'd be plus 15 if you
Oh,
successfully
gotcha.
did a gambit.
Yes.
So it's plus 15 or minus 15. You couldn't have known that you wouldn't have assets at the end of the game. Like end of 3, it looked like you were positioned.
It was still very close. Like
Right.
I was, until you had a good strong secondary turn, it was extremely, extremely close. I definitely wouldn't have made that decision if in a perfect world where I got secondaries that I could do and contest objectives by like killing you off and tagging them, and also somehow being in the right position to get into table quarters or table corners, then it definitely would have been better. Would I would have won? Probably not, because that's still 15 points. It would have made it more of a game on your last turn, but I think you still squeak by.
So if you take that gambit, the 3 possibilities are hold me in combat. I didn't have units. You couldn't have done that.
No.
Go to the middle. That's your best option.
Oh, is it? Well, how many is that? What's the roll at the end?
4-ups on your units in the middle.
And
you
how
only would
many-
have had 3 units,
how
and
many
the
4-ups?
threshold I think is 4. So I don't even think you could have finished that.
Yeah, it's like min 4. I know the one.
Right.
And then the table quarter or the corners
And the corners
is +1.
means that you couldn't kill my units, and I definitely score primary in the last turn and win anyway.
Because they were completely line-of-sighted.
Right.
Yeah.
So not only are gambits like incredibly difficult, but they also force you often to not even try to play the game on turns 4 and 5. I think they're wholly a trap. Like entirely a bad idea all the time, pretty much always.
Yeah.
It's a huge best case, it's a gamble. Worst case, you just lose.
I can see like lists that are super, super tailored to do it. Like, hey, I'm going to table you, and then
you know who could do it?
what?
Genestealer Cult.
Yeah, but
Genestealer
Genestealer cults can do anything.
Right, but they're one of the armies where it doesn't say lose the game.
I thought you were going to
funny
say
enough,
like knights or like.
Genestealer Cult like score enough
Eldari.
primary anyway. They don't care. But
Yeah.
with their infinitely coming back units, they're like, cool,
Yes.
have units in places? Done. Did
Yeah,
it.
I'm already there. That's actually true.
But they're
But then you're still
scoring-
risking like an 8-up on 2 dice on a perfect situation.
and they're scoring 50 primary every game anyway. You can't stop Genestealer from scoring primary.
No, it's a good question. It's super situational, and I don't know if anyone would be crazy enough to take the risk. But hey, like, if you think the odds are really not in your favor and you can't pull it out standardly, go for the home run.
Thank you. This next one is from Tyler Joels. Thank you, Tyler. Tyler says, I'm in the Guard now, working on my first army and chose Imperial Guard.
Nice.
I'm looking for some thoughts on the pros. List in list building chat at 628.
Dude, I'm on it.
By the way, thanks
Boom.
and much love.
Dude, I'm so on it.
Nice. Good choice, Tyler. I think Guard are very, very cool, very, very fun. A very large index to choose from and a ton of Forge World, right? So you're going to have fun also painting it up as well. So let's hope that you have some good stuff here.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Hit me.
We have Acadian Castellan with Drill Commander.
Okay.
Do you know what that does?
No, I don't. It's definitely not the extra order, but
Well,
it sounds like it should be.
I'll keep going. We have
Yeah.
Death Corps Marshal with Death Mask of Orlanius.
Oh, weird. Oh wait, what? Okay.
Death Corps Marshal with
Yeah.
Death Mask of Orlanius.
Yeah.
Classic old enhancement. We have Leontus.
Nice.
Leontus is only
Got him.
125 points. Wow. We have a Primarch Psyker and an Engine Seer. That's all the characters.
Okay.
You ready? Hold on to your butt, John.
Holding on.
10 Acadian Shock Troopers, 20 Death Corps with 2 Melta, 2 Plasma.
Ooh. Nice.
And then we have 10 Rough Riders
Yes.
with the Lord Solar,
Yeah.
2 Basilisks, 10 Casterkin with 1 Melta and 1 Plasma.
Ooh.
We have a Leman Rust Demolisher, a Leman Rust Executioner, a Leman Rust Punisher, and a Rogal Dawn.
Oh, nice.
For Dawn.
I love the tank choice. You have like a good spread of stuff, and I think the Leman Rust body is the tank that you want. Rogal Dorn is nice, but you pay a lot of tax for an ability that isn't super great, and you pay a tax for like a 18 wounds T12. I think getting full rerolls or to hit on the Leman Russes is much better, and then you also just have more like models across the table. Very, very cool. So Death Mask can subtract. Wait, while the bearer's unit is battle shocked. Oh, gotcha. Subtract 1 OC rather than changing it to 0. So it's good. You'll always have OC 1 on your troop, right? And then Drill Commander is, oh wow, this is pretty good. So this is critical hits on 5s. So that means you can lethal hits on 5. That's quite awesome. I like this. It's good tech. It's a very dynamic guard list. I think the pros is that you're going to be able to be in a lot of places, play the game. You're going to be very, very fragile with all your infantry. You'll find that you're going to fizzle out as soon as you get to do your thing. Mm-hmm. A few bolters will just take down a Kazarkin squad. Mm-hmm. The tanks probably aren't all the best option. I think you probably want the, what is it? The
Demolisher?
The Demolisher, yes.
So he has one Demolisher.
The short, stubby
But the Punisher has no good targets in the whole game.
It's a lot of shots.
I guess it could shoot gaunts. They're T3. Bad save. But it's 6 0 AP, 1 damage. Mm-hmm. And that's...
0 AP.
It doesn't really matter how many shots you have. When you're hitting on 4s and you have 0 AP.
You can hit on 3s if you have a tank commander.
It's just not...
Yeah.
It's just not...
Oh, 2 Basilisks. Nice.
It's not doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need the
I think
artillery.
so I'm glad you have Basilisks. So I would take 3. 3, like that's like the standard. Your army wants to be indirect. These Basilisks are going to do so much work. They're going to shore up your Marine matchup. Yeah. That's a huge thing going for you. The Rough Riders, play them carefully because movement is a huge con for them. You're going to have to navigate ruins, but they hit like a truck. Yeah. You're going to have an extra attack with an order.
Well, they have Leontis attached to them, so you got to be careful.
Oh yeah. No, I think, wow, that's a good squad to attach him to because that's you want him to be quite durable. I always lose him too early. I like the Psyker with infantry. You're gonna get the 4-up invuln and shooting. So yeah, I think it's good. I think you got to be careful of playing the whole breadth of the game. You want to have 2 CP to bring back that 20-man squad of Kriegers at all times.
Mm-hmm. You have to have it when they die.
When they die.
Yep.
So you gotta watch out. Yeah, it's a good list. I like it. If you get more things, get more indirect, get a Manticore, get one more Basilisk, get some Sentinels. But I think
Sentinels.
Yeah, Sentinels are real good.
Oh, Sentinels are real good.
But yeah, don't fizzle out too early. Your tanks are your vanguard.
Pace yourself.
Your guardsmen, your infantry, your Kazarkins need to be getting points, victory points or kills in the turn you utilize them, or they'll do nothing and die. Yeah.
It's true.
Cool. Thank you, Tyler. Glad to see you in the hobby. Welcome.
Thank you. This next one is from Borns. Thank you, Borns. They say, hey, Bridger, BW advances and charges on the data sheet, not due to Ceaseless Hunter. CH is FB shoot and charge, and once per game, chase a unit that moves. I prefer VB on both for more attacks. Cheers.
So Veiled Blade is great. I do love Veiled Blade. Ceaseless Hunter, I thought for sure.
This is Blade Wizard?
This is Blade Wizard. So we will go and we will fight. So Ceaseless Hunter gives you fallback, shoot, and charge, and once per battle. Oh, it's the once per battle move. When
Double
you
move?
No. When you move within 9, I get to move 6.
Oh.
I think I would still stand by it. The ability to do whatever you want with the Wardens. Fallback, shoot, and charge
That's very good.
is required, I think, for that unit. That unit needs to be unobstructable. They need to be able to not do anything to keep them from accomplishing their goals. So this unit already has the advance and charge from Blade Wizard, you pointed out. But now, it can't be tied up with a vehicle. It can advance and charge. It can fall back and charge. It gets to shoot no matter what. They're kind of just doing whatever they want, which is what you want to do with this unit. And they're so hard to shift. When you time the Warden Feel No Pain, which I did not do well in this game, but when
There was no great time. You like really trickled down to nothing.
the time that I needed it, nobody expected. Where Ahriman just like bopped 3 guys.
And then
on
it
the
never
head.
happened again. It never happened
Never
again.
happened again. Yeah. But yeah, Veilblade is great. I think it is the second enhancement you take after Ceaseless Hunter, because the ability to do whatever you want with a unit, you have very few units. You can't lose an activation.
Yeah, good question, good answer. You only had 2 characters, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't have a third.
Right. My all plastic list runs a third.
Thank you, thank you. This next one is from Kaiser Anson. Thank you, Kaiser. Love all the models, though I did want new warrior models. But with all the new Lictor types and Genestealer models, definitely planning on doing a Lictor/Genestealer themed army.
Yes. This is like the Black Ops like team of Tyranids, right? Lictors and Genestealers just creeping around, creeping, crawling. You see like the Space
bugs.
Marines. Space Marines are playing Left 4 Dead. And like they're just gonna just get jumped on.
It's
And
bumping the night. You got every little sound, every shadow. You got to be worried.
help me, brother. Lictor, you like it's dragged away. Very cool. Look, with the warrior data sheet, we don't want warriors.
Well, okay, but if they made different warrior variants, like they did with the
sure.
Lictor,
Yeah.
maybe they make good warriors.
Maybe they're good now.
No, I think right now they're paying for their sins of ninth.
Yeah, they were so good.
Yeah, they were stupid. GW can't make up their mind with anything. Everything is just hard ups and downs.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kaiser.
Apparently, Willow's saying that they did confirm that we're getting a Lictor/Vanguard detachment.
Really?
Oh,
That's so cool.
Yeah, that will allow Deathleaper as the warlord.
What?
Flesh cape just flying in the wind.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank
What-
you, Kaiser.
I want a Night Lord's army.
Next up, and potentially the last, is a support post from John McCardle. Just to let you know, John, I don't know what it was about your super chat, but it came in. Usually, if people do $9.99,
Yeah.
it's still yellow. It still hits the mark, but his did not.
He has the VIP pass. He has the multi-pass to all super chats.
What? Why did John McCardle's not go yellow?
I don't know. I don't know. So I could have let it go.
He's like,
go
he's
through, but
John
I'm
McCardle?
gonna leave the suspense.
Coming through.
Must have been something regional. Something to do with...
Because if you notice the one before,
Right, it worked.
and this one was yellow,
Yeah.
whereas John's was not.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we don't know what he said? Is that what's going on?
Wait,
You
what?
don't know what he said.
Oh, I don't
everyone
know
else
what he
does.
said.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know.
Everyone
Until
else
you
does.
give us one more penny, John.
Yeah, we need
We
one more penny
won't
from you.
pass on your message.
That's funny.
Okay, and then that's it.
Oh, we did it.
That's all.
Yay!
We did it, John.
Woo. All right. Hopefully, chat enjoyed that. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Have an amazing weekend, and we'll catch you next time on the tabletop.
Bye.